In today's video, we are going to talk about the keyword self, not the one we use a lot when we write Swift, but we're going to talk about self with a capital S. Now, to understand when it makes sense to use this keyword, we need some context. So I want you to take a look at this piece of code. So this is the syntax that I want to achieve. Now, this is called the builder pattern in terms of software architecture, and it's a pattern where we have method that allow us to mutate a property of an object, and then the method return the object itself. This way we are able to chain calls together. Now, it's something that you see a lot in the Java world. We don't see it as much in Swift, but it's going to be a very good example to explain how self with a capital S works. So let's try and implement this method with background color and with corner radius. So I want to be able to call this method on a UI view, so I'm going to start by making an extension on UI view. And then I start by implementing the first method. So I create an instance method, I call it with background color. I'm going to set the background color to a value which is a UI color, and as I was saying, I'm going to return the view itself. And then inside the method, well, I'm just going to set the property background color to the value given as an argument, and then I'm going to return self. And we can see that now we have implemented the first method. So we've implemented the first method, now let's move on to the second one, and to show just how similar they are, I'm just going to copy and paste the first one and make just some changes. So I'm going to call it instead with corner radius. I'm going to change the type, which is a CG float this time, and I'm going to set the appropriate property, which is the corner radius of the layer. Now everything is working fine, and my syntax of this builder pattern is working as expected. But now let's make things a little bit more complex and let's deal with subclasses of UI views. So let's say that now I want to be able to instantiate a UI label. I want to use the first method to set one of the property of UI view, and then a second method to set a property of UI label. So let's just apply the same strategy than before. So we make an extension on UI label, and now I'm just going to paste the method. So you can see that the way we implement it is very similar to what we did in UI view. We have this method which takes the value as its argument, it returns the UI label, it sets the value on the appropriate property, and then returns self. However, when we try to use it, we see that this time we have a compiler error. And if we look at it, it says value of type UI view has no member with text color. And indeed, when we look at it, we can see the source of the problem is that we call with background color on a UI label, but the method with background color, it returns a UI view, and then on a UI view we cannot call with text color because this is a method of a UI label. So our pattern is not working because whenever we are calling a method that was defined in an extension on UI view, the return type becomes an UI view, and we can no longer call method of the actual subclass that we are using. So we need a way to tell the compiler that when we call the method with background color on a UI label, it must return a UI label, and when we call it on a UI view, it must return a UI view. And if we were to call it maybe on a UI text view, then it should return a UI text view. And as you can imagine, this is when self with a capital S comes into play. So in my extension of UI view, I'm going to change the return type of my methods. And instead of returning a UI view, I'm going to return self with a capital S. And what it does is that it tells the compiler that the method with background color and the method with corner radius will return a type that will be the same one than the instance method is called on. So if I call the method on a UI view, it returns a UI view. If I call it on a UI label, it returns a UI label, etc, etc. And I'm going to do, of course, the same with my UI label method here. And now you can see that my code is now building, because since I am calling with background color on a UI label, with background color now returns a UI label, and so I can call with text color on this return value. So that's it for this explanation of self with a capital S. And as we've seen, this keyword can be very helpful whenever we have a big hierarchy of class and we want to define some methods in the base classes, but we still want to have a lot of flexibility when we call these methods on the actual subclasses. So you know how it goes. Like, comment, subscribe for more content, share the video around if you find it useful, and well, see you next time. Thank you for watching.